How do you juggle more than one high value opportunity? As I've become more successful,
Master juggler over here.
I just drop balls. That's how I do it. As I've become more successful, I've gotten more opportunities. I have more money to start businesses. I have more people approaching me wanting to partner with me. How do you manage all this? What level you think this person's at? I have a pretty good idea, I think.
So
I think this person's making a few $100,000 a year in personal income.
Yeah.
Like 200, 300. They're not post-economic, but they're doing well. So they've got a business that's spitting off a few million.
I would say, they're probably in the
5 million, 10 million, something like that.
sub 15, but nice cash flow.
Right. And they're doing well. They probably are. They're starting to stack some of their own cash and people were wanting to put. All right. So that's where I think they are.
Well, and beyond the cash, like they have some level of repeatability if they have opportunities consistently coming.
Exactly. They might have a personal brand or something. Yeah. I don't know who this was. This was an anonymous person. What's your answer to this, Nick? Because I think you're probably the person who has done more of this than any of us.
I had a hard conversation with Michael at Ketone IQ. Michael was like, I've been on this. Michael is going to have
Ketone IQ is HVMN, right?
Yes. They are just trying to solve the 5-hour energy shot, but better. Or just this. That's all we're doing. I'm like,
that's good. That's good focus. They didn't used to have that much focus.
No, they were like,
yeah.
So very straightforward. And he was like, how do you do it? I was like, I've always been this way. From the beginning of the day one, whether I had financial means or no financial means, I've found that doing more things similar to what I've already been doing, and it's not super polar opposite of what I've done, allows me to be my best in those areas in which I'm trying to execute on.
So for again, give me like a hard example.
So we have structured, constant, lucid, commerce roundtable, breeze, and then like the other things that I can't name.
These are all, those are 5 companies that you are publicly a part of.
Those are 5 companies that I'm publicly a part of that have upside and incentives for it to do well. And for all of them, I can say with my whole heart, I deliver what I'm expected to deliver for all of them.
Yeah.
That's hard to say. Sometimes you're like, I know I'm dropping the ball.
I think that's what it is. That's what I don't do. I don't think. I think that when I get involved in, there's some tipping point for me when I get involved in too many things where I do not deliver at the level I
should be doing.
Yeah.
And at that point, as soon as you feel any falter that, so why that happens is we have Shauna that's full-time on Nick in life, and then we have Kiana that's full-time on opportunities and businesses.
And these are your assistants?
These are full-time assistants that are fully funded, that are in charge of these areas, because if you want to do multiple things, you can't be the quarterback of everything. And you can be the quarterback of one thing, but that's where the most time and effort, and as you both know, I have a lot of time going into one core area, but the other things still have to continue on.
Yeah.
So for that to happen, you A, have to be a partner in things, B, you can't own everything, and C, the people around you are highly incentivized to make sure that you can continue to produce.
Yeah.
So if you don't have that infrastructure around you, person we're speaking to, you have to be very, very important. You have to be very clear on where you want your actual time and effort to go to, because other things will drop if nobody else is able to facilitate them not dropping.
Okay, so that is how you juggle. What? Okay, Bart, you don't juggle. Okay, so maybe just make the case for not juggling.
Well, I think
is the case for not juggling. Just don't do it.
Grant and I always talk about this because his dad says it, but like the worst opportunity is a missed opportunity. So like, I think you still got to look at everything and gauge whether you can add value and whether it'll add value to your life.
Yeah.
But I am, like, EJ makes fun of me for this, but I say no proudly to so many things. And like, I took a leap like last year and helped build a blank t-shirt brand for a company that makes all the apparel for Walmart. And it was sick. It was like, all right, we want you to make a $19 t-shirt that is like Viore quality.
Yeah.
And go for it. Like, here's all the tools, go for it. And I built it for a year, but then Dad Gang was growing at such a rapid pace that I was just like, I feel like I'm not growing this brand. Like you said, like I'm probably dropping the ball because this brand, my own brand is growing so much that like my focus can't go to both parts right now. And so I gave it to some great operator friends. I was like, I'm going to leave, but I'm handing it off to somebody that'll grow it more with more focus. So I don't know. I really love honing in on one thing and putting everything into it.
Yeah.
It's a little risky of like, don't put all your eggs in one basket type of mentality. But at the same time, I'm like, we've been blessed enough, the 3 of us that own Dad Gang, to get this opportunity. So like for some reason, even from like a higher power being, I'm like, lean into it.
Yeah.
Like you've been given this, you've tried so many things, just go for it. And I don't know, worst that could happen is like falls apart and you go get a job again,
Yeah.
which is, but at the same time, I'm like, no, I'm just going to invest all my energy into it.
Yeah, it's super simple. I feel I'm not good at this, but here's my take on like the ways that I've failed to do this, juggle opportunities, or assess what I should and shouldn't do. I think that the thing you should think about at any given time is that you're going to be T-shaped on your opportunities. So think of a T and then invert it, put that T on its head, right? So it's on the ground. So that the base, that like top of the T, represents all the opportunities or all the things that you're kind of like doing, quote unquote. And then that like the middle part of the T is whatever one is just the main one you're focusing on. And I think that's really how it's going to look. It's not going to look like a V, you know, or like a pyramid or whatever, where it's like, oh, I focus this much on this one and a little less on this one and a little less, or you're not going to be able to evenly focus on everything. I think that the way you should think about any kind of like assessing an opportunity, like I'm already successful, I'm doing this thing, should I just stay focused on this thing, or should I like, you know, I'm assessing opportunities and there's like more opportunities than I can take advantage of. The good frame to probably use is like at any given time, I'm really only going to think about one, right? So, and I'm like, the gauge is your shower thoughts. When you're in the shower, like what's the problem you're thinking about solving? That's the opportunity. That's like the T part of your T shape. And everything else, if you have to be able to just be transparent with people who want to do that with you, or, you know, with that idea and say, will that idea work without it being the T one, or does it need all of my focus in order for it to work?
It usually doesn't.
I think that's your point.
That's the challenge, though. Is like most people believe that you only have so much to give.
Yeah,
and it's not true. Like we as humans, unless there's a reason why we should be working hard for all the things, the why in the things that you're doing has to be worth it, or you won't work as hard as you need to be.
Yeah.
You're saying like you can only go deep on one thing, and this is what you felt for the way you operate.
This is what I do poorly, I think. Is being clear that I can only ever go deep on one thing.
I think people feel like you need to give your 100% to everything that you do. I think this is the wrong thing.
Yeah.
I don't think, and look, there's a difference between saying 100% of my time, effort, and interest, because you're like everything. The way you do one thing is the way you do everything. We've heard this all their life. You show up to training, you work your heart off, so you show up to the game and work your ass off, right? We always know this thing.
Yeah.
You could be 100% of the 5% that you're able to allocate towards this one thing, and that is enough to continue to get that project forward, or contribute positively to the collective group.
This is,
I've lived this, I've seen this, and a lot of people that I try to pull in this path is something that you have more dynamicness inside of you, that the influence of you leaning into the person that's owning the core thing is just as valuable as just all of you.
Right.
And a lot of people don't want to lead into that.
And just to kind of like use a more crystallized example here, if you think of somebody like one of the Paul brothers, like Logan Paul, how much time you think he's thinking about or spending on Prime? Not much, very little.
Yeah.
Besides him picking it up and pitching it.
There's a whole team behind it too.
Yeah. But does he deliver 100% of the value that he's expected to? Yes.
Most likely, yeah.
And how does he do that? By thinking about his main thing, which is his personal brand.
Yeah.
Right.
Correct.
So like
it all comes back to like, why is this person being here? Why are you involved in this thing?
Yeah. It almost is like the T thing should be the thing that serves the other things. I'm clarifying this in real time, but like, for example, it's like Prime benefits by Logan Paul mostly thinking about his personal brand. And he's able to deliver the value that he's expected to. He's able to do everything they expect him to do and deliver the value that they need and more by just focusing on the one main thing.
Yeah.
That's the T part of it. Or like even whatever he's fights, WWE or whatever he's in. It's like, what's the main value he provides the WWE? Focusing on his personal brand and then showing up for his matches. You know what I mean? Like his fitness or like working out. It's like, part of your personal brand has always been that you're like a pretty big jack dude. Right. So it's like, I think that is maybe what you're saying, that like, if you can provide 100% of the value that you're expected to provide to the opportunity by still focusing on your main thing, then it might be worth it.
Well,
but if it's like oh, this is like another thing where I have to like generate value that is separate from the main thing, that's where it's really going to get dicey.